this country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
We always stand.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the country of Uganda over in East Africa, right by Congo, Rwanda, Kenya, etc., that has passed a new law banning homosexual activities in the country. Now, this law has garnered a lot of feedback, positive, negative, everything in between. Now, if you were to ask me right away, what do I feel about this law? I say, hey, that's their country, that's their business, right? In America, you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. It's not the same way all over the world. And before I get into it, let's take a look at a reaction from someone over here right in the USA, John Kirby, over in the Pentagon. Let's see what he says about this. He might want to kind of retaliate against them. And I'm going to talk about why that's hypocritical and ridiculous in a moment. But let's get to the video first. And of course, all my videos and my sources will be in the description. If you're on IG, link in the bio, visit the corresponding article on the website. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Is anything like sanctions or some other concrete measure being considered by the US side if this law should take effect?
Yeah, well, first of all, big if there, right? This is the Parliament passing it. It still has some process to go here. We're certainly watching this real closely, and we would have to take a look at whether or not there might be repercussions that we would have to take, perhaps in an economic way, should this law actually get passed and enacted. And that would be really unfortunate because so much of the economic assistance that we provide Uganda is health assistance, and largely through PEPFAR. You can see a world in which, a law like this, should it be enacted, would not only, as Karine rightly said, just be devastating to a whole community of people inside Uganda, but if it were to have any kind of an effect on our economic assistance, that would only make that worse. So
to sum up what he's saying right here, they want to push sanctions on Uganda, or they want to remove the aid that we give them every year. I think we give them like $900 million in health assistance every single year. So they want to take that away, or they're talking about that, threatening that if the law passes. And I think the law is on the books, as we can see right here. Okay. It's there. I think Museveni's behind it. It's pretty much right there, right? It's pretty much there. They're talking about passing sanctions. Now, here's my question. Let me come back so you can see me clearly. Here's my question. Are we going to pass sanctions on the Muslim world, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Kuwait, etc., because of their stance on LGBT? Because we know over there, the way they think about LGBT, homosexuality, and whatnot is no different than Uganda. It's no different than quite a few countries on planet Earth. They don't tolerate that stuff. Like I said earlier, over here in the USA and really in the Western world, Western Europe, etc., these very liberal ideas are accepted. You could do whatever you want to do. You could be gay, straight, anything you want to call yourself. You can identify as a fox and a fairy and a lion and a cell phone, a pair of headphones. You can identify as whatever you want, do whatever you want within reason. But in other countries, it's not that way. America is an experiment. It's not really rooted in a very long history of humanity. Other countries, other parts of the world are not like that. They got a very long history, been around thousands of years. They got tribal lineage. Like, a lot of the Western ideology is infecting their nation and causing serious problems. And they say, you know what? Okay, no more of this. They're not just anti-LGBT. They're anti a lot of the things that come with LGBT. They're anti a lot of the things that LGBT came in at the same time with. It's the entire culture that's infecting their culture. This is why China bans TikTok. Yes, they do. Yes, TikTok is a Chinese product. Yes, it is brought to you by a Chinese company. but they don't allow the same garbage that we see over there. They don't allow their citizens and their children to see what we see because they don't want that culture to infect them. This is also why in China, they're also anti-Muslim. That's why the Uyghurs and whatnot get put in them camps. We take what we have over here for granted. And like I said, that's their country, that's their prerogative. And if we're really going to be progressive and forward thinking, then let's put sanctions on Saudi Arabia, not only for the anti-LGBT thing. They cut the man up right there in the consulate and it was fine. They cut him up in the consulate, never to be seen from him again. Oh, it's no problem. It's all good. Let me go over there and shake his hand and it's all good. If we're going to do that for them, then let's keep that same energy for everybody, not just when it's politically or financially expedient. And like I say, if you ask me, hey, that's their country, that's their business. Who am I to judge? If I was part of that community, if I was into that, if I was somebody who was offended, guess what? I just went and go to Uganda. Okay, that's my decision. Now, if you're in Uganda and that's a problem, hey, man, you got to be able to figure out a way to make something happen in your country. Take control of your own country. It's not up to us to be the moral police of other nations because we got our own problems right here. Because the things that we allow, drag queen story time, 10-year-old little boys dressing up as girls, dancing in front of grown men and women, that would not be tolerated all over the world. That would be seen as child abuse. So we allow it here. We shouldn't allow it here, and we're against that here. But that's our battle to fight among ourselves. That's not the battle for other countries to fight for us. How would we feel, as I close, how would we feel if we got China trying to put sanctions on us because of things that are going on in our country? Whether I agreed with their stance against what's happening or not, it's not their business. Same way with Uganda. Let them handle their own business. Let them be independent. Let's not bring back colonialism in any way, form, or fashion. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what said you? How do you feel about what's going on over in Uganda? Do you support their decision? Do you not support their decision? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys pretty much know where I'm at. I'm supportive of their right to be an independent nation and have these rules on the books. I support that 100%. And quite frankly, we need to do some of that kind of stuff over here. We need to, because what's happening in the United States is getting out of hand. Okay, if adults want to be LGBT, that's their business. I can't really control that. But why do we have kids involved? Why do we have these pornographic books in the children's library? And why are we exposing small children to this kind of stuff? Okay, I would definitely take a page out of their book and apply it to us right here. Although we're a more free and liberal nation, I get that. But some things, I think some things, everybody, all adults who are rational should be able to agree on, even if you are part of the LGBT community. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.